Today's port report is from Grand Turk, where we went against all our rules and rented a golf cart on the fly. No plan, no reservation. Here's all the details of the experience, plus tips we have from our first time with a cart. Let's get into it. I'm Troy, and this is the Port Lowdown. Grand Turk is part of Turks and Caicos, a cluster of Caribbean islands and a British overseas territory southeast of the Bahamas. It's all about the beach and ocean here. World-class, clear waters for diving and snorkeling, drop-dead gorgeous beaches for chilling, and donkeys. We just live in their world here, where they roam free. You have two berths, parked close together at the Grand Turk Cruise Port area. Pretty typical for the region. Bright sun, nice breeze, and the beach. Long dock. Requisite duty-free shopping. Private beach, cabanas, more shopping, equipment rentals, and apparently the largest Margaritaville restaurant anywhere. Very nice, but we're here for one thing: find a golf cart. I approach with some trepidation. Golf cart rentals on Caribbean islands have a truly mixed reputation, with just as many reports of breakdowns and overcharging as there are for good reviews. We really didn't want to hang out at yet another shopping mall and pool though. We were in an adventurous mood, so what's the worst that could happen? What did matter was leaving the ship ASAP, which we did. There's no public transportation to speak of here, so our other options were ship tour, taxi, or various varieties of car rental, which needed to be arranged ahead of time. There's a lot less cars to rent here than carts. You go through the duty-free shop, walk outside, then turn left through the main plaza. It took about 5 minutes to reach a sales desk for Fun in the Sun rentals. Apparently, there are other vendors working inside the facility, but we went with the first one we found.
Entire island, guys, on the golf cart, right? So, this is whoever driving it gotta fill out this form.
And do we have to pay?
Yeah, you pay cash, cards, anyone you.
No. Do we have to pay the gasoline at the end?
Yes. You replace what you burn up.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you think?
Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. So 180 divided by 6, that's $30 per person. But you do gonna need to fill up the tank.
It's still cheaper than a tour.
Yes, and they said that the cost to fill up the tank is $12. So, and just accept it that you will fill up the tank, because that's where they're gonna gauge you. Gouge you.
You sign the paperwork on the spot, which requires a driver's license. You don't need an international driver permit or anything like that. Your personal license should be fine. You must be at least 18 years old. Included in the price was their own basic insurance coverage, which does not include personal injury. Once done and paid, you'll be escorted to your ride just past the taxi area along the parking lot. Just be sure to get the right company. That's Roscoe's. We got Fun in the Sun.
Yeah, we got Fun in the Sun.
That's Roscoe's. It says right there on the...
Oh.
So let's start with the cart. It gets lots of use each day, so while the seats are fairly clean, the floor is typically sandy. No trunk space, but there is a basket up front, tailor-made for towels. But any bags you have will be on your lap or on the side.
Okay, and this is the handbrake.
The controls are simplicity itself. The pedals are marked quite clearly. The gas gauge was a bit funky. So it was a quarter tank before, then you go, boom, it goes to the car. Speaking of gas, filling up requires you to remove this seat. But not to worry, we'll show you how filling up works later. And if you think golf carts are quiet, smooth vehicles, welcome to the gas-powered putt-putt variety.
First of all, there's no power steering.
There's no power steering.
It does feel like a guy.
And as far as ride comfort, if you're used to flying coach on budget airlines, this will be pretty familiar. Now here's some tips before you set off. Lather up on the sunscreen. The UV here is brutal. Even though you're under the cart's canopy, the intense sun will angle to one side all day. Also, Google Maps is a tad inaccurate here, and there's no real place for your phone in front anyway. So it helps to have a sidekick navigator next to you. It's a small island, sure, but the roads diverge a great deal and can cause confusion.
Okay, so this is the little beach. This is the street, I think.
You go down, you turn right here. So have a navigation buddy, because you'll be too busy negotiating the rough roads, numerous potholes, the odd aggressive bus, and meandering donkeys. Be careful not to get your wheels dug in too deep in the sand or near bodies of water. And this is British territory, so drive on the left. Now for all of its shortcomings, here's why we encourage you to rent a cart. They're relatively easy to use and a genuine adventure. It feels way more carefree on a cart versus a car, with the wind in your hair and the island rolling past all around you. You definitely feel closer to the island.
Woo! Oh, gorgeous!
And you'll have friends on the road. The fun factor, for us, outweighed the negatives.
This is my wife's driving. Professional.
Since we packed light and didn't feel bad about getting the floor dirty with sand, we hopped around to 3 different beaches that day, and the lighthouse. Cockburn Town Beach was on the west coast, about a 10-15 minute ride north from the port, right along the main drag of central Cockburn Town. The town was quiet and much of it was closed. Bear in mind, hurricanes have often hit this island, so expect some abandoned buildings. But the beach is a beauty, with soft sand and hardly anybody around. But no bathrooms. Easy parking. There are some museums and stores in the area, as well as vacation rentals. Lots of tour groups stop here, of course, and the buildings are often beautiful.
Hello. Cute house.
A few minutes north of this, also on the west coast, was Pillory Beach, which was once the location of Bohio Dive Resort. Due to hurricanes, the place is abandoned, at least for now. Looks like several groups got the same idea and turned back.
No beach? No beach?
But the beach is seriously gorgeous, lightly used, and quiet. Dive excursions still take place here, and snorkeling on your own is also possible, the water being clear and calm. Plus, you might catch some wildlife. You can also rent some beach chairs here for about 20 bucks. We spent most of our beach time here because, despite having no bathrooms or services to speak of, it was a dream beach. I did myself a favor and walked further up the beach until there was nobody there at all. I mean, this is the picture postcard Caribbean that I see in the books. That's perfect. You just have to get yourself here. But it's perfect. When one of us had to use the bathroom, we drove out to find a local restaurant who graciously allowed us to use their facilities without charging. And to say thanks, we picked up some food, which was delicious and local.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah?
I know it looks pretty dry,
Right.
but I think the meats are marinated, so it's very flavorful. The lady said, is that pork, chicken, and plantain? And we say yes.
Okay.
So that's the best kind of food.
By the way, if you like to explore on your own like we do, hit us up with a like. And consider subscribing. We put out weekly videos aimed at the independent cruiser and traveler. Now the thing to do here is to go to the lighthouse all the way north, where you'll have to cut across south of North Creek to get there along the Lighthouse Road. But first, lunch and ice cream en route at Ridge Café, which was lovely. It's a black bean quesadilla.
Usually vanilla ice cream with espresso.
You can even use their pool. The lighthouse itself is kind of basic, but let's face it, you come here to feed the donkeys, which is actually a lot more fun than it sounds.
How many? One for now. Don't stand behind
Don't stand behind him.
Oops.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Dude,
you have to hold
don't
it.
bogart it, man. It's a
You
good
have to
film.
hold it until it bites it.
Hold it. There you go. There you go. Okay. Oh, he's got it. We came all this way to feed donkeys. Sorry, dude. I don't have a carrot. Working our way back south to the port area, we went to yet another beach, Governor's Beach. It's so close to the port you can watch a ship sail by. Here, there are more facilities, like toilets, changing rooms, and lawn chairs for rent, even Wi-Fi. Now this beach has a more crowded public beach feel to it, and it's in a more industrial area. But the water and sand are still great, with a broader amount of sand and ample snorkeling. Finally, gas. We had to refuel before returning and got a pretty square deal here at Central Fuels. It's across the street from Grand Turk Liquor on Pond Street. Google Maps simply calls this Grand Turk Gas Station. Okay, plus their address is messed up. Do this, GPS for Grand Turk Liquor on Pond Street, then look across the street. Can't miss it. This place was helpful and professional, with the attendant doing the work.
Yeah, that's where it is. So it's about half.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
So how much is that?
Probably no more than $10.
And when in doubt, always ask the locals. They're super friendly and able to help. Just be sure to bring cash. US dollars are fine. When you return, you'll need to present your cruise ID, of course, then park it where you picked it up. Easy. No real closing process. Just make sure the attendant sees you and takes the card back. Then hustle back to the ship. We had a wonderful day. The sheer pleasure of being outside all day, all huddled together in this crazy cart made for a memorable experience. And the beaches are to die for. Seriously. If I had the time and money, I'd pick a vacation rental right here and do as little as possible. If you have any questions about Grand Turk or anything to add, please leave a comment. We'd love to trade notes. That makes everyone's future adventures that much better.